Hello and welcome to another Solana tutorial. Today we're gonna talk about Jito again. We did talk about Jito before, where we went through bundles. I even made a video on searches, however that is not a relevant topic anymore, so it was never published. Sad story. Anyway, Jito is becoming more and more relevant since Jito validators have about 50% of stake. I don't know what the current numbers are, but we are in that range, I think. More and more people want to use Jito. And not just for sending bundles, but even just for sending simple transactions and getting some delivery guarantees. Because to some degree, it is simpler to pay Jito validators a tip and get your transaction included in a block than it is to up your priority fee to get your transaction included in a block. So people are playing with Jito a lot. And they're asking me for help how to do it, and I have a video, but when we did that, I was doing it in Rust, and most people need TypeScript, so today we're gonna have a look at how to send a Jito bundle with TypeScript. That's what we wanna do. Yeah, there ain't no time for monkeying around. Let's have a look at Jito in TypeScript. Jito TypeScript SDK by Jito Labs seems somewhat safe to use, I guess. Welcome to Jito TypeScript repository. Use this to interact with the block engine. Yeah, the block engine, that's what we need. We wanna send a bundle to the block engine. If you don't know what that is, first video, bundles. I explained the basics. Today I just wanna send a bundle with TypeScript. Can't be so difficult, eh? Building Protos. Oh yeah, that was one of the more difficult parts because that's, I think, the library that is used to communicate with block engine. Mac users may run into an error. So there seems to be an example in here already. A simple bundle, which basically looks like it has everything we need. And then it does send bundle. Where is that? In the utils. Lol, it builds a transaction with memos. And then it sends bundle. What is C? A searcher client. Why is that in utils? That, like, the naming is weird. Because you build the transaction there. So the searcher client, and that is directly from the SDK. So it can't be so difficult looking at this quick example. I don't think we're gonna sit here longer than 30 minutes, but also we don't know what problems we're gonna run into. So, I mean, let's try. Is that SDK somewhere in an NPM package already? Do we know that? Nah, better save and use this, clone this directly. Okay, git clone. Now, do I go with the example and try to get the example to run? Or do I create my own app? Let's first get the example to run, actually, just to see that it works. Because, I mean, it's all there. And before I copy paste stuff, I want to see that that actually works. So that's not the step that you take when you want to include it, but that's just for me now. So, Yearn, install me all of that stuff. There we go. Less red. I like it. Love it when it works out of the box. Okay, and then we just configure those and then it should be ready to use, right? And we're done. Haha. I need a key pair. Keygen, grind, Jito. Nice. Now, since we're gonna work on mainnet, there is no Jito on devnet, we will need some actual Sol. Damn it, okay. Which of my wallets has Sol? Yes! Found some. That should be enough. I'm freaking cheap. So, there you go. Block engine of Frankfurt, that sounds good. Frankfurt is the closest location to Vienna. And it does the replication to the other block engines automatically anyway, as far as I know. Bundle transaction limit. That I think is per default 5. Did Jito change anything? I don't think so. Then I don't have no access token. I hope they can just... Oh, that's the RPC. For what I do, this should be sufficient. And then we're gonna rename this to my actual environment. And then we should be able to run this guy. Auth key pair path. See, I've heard that they don't need authentication for block engine anymore. Let's see if I can run this. How would I run this? Examples, simple bundle, and I run the index? Nope. Because the key pair path I specified from there, and TS node examples simple bundle index. But the supplied pub key is not authorized to generate a token. Now I could use my pub key that I signed up 4. Like I have one that is authorized. We made one last time, but currently no authorization is required to send requests for the JSON RPC API reference. Oh, we got a new one. We got Salt Lake City as well now. But yeah, Frankfurt is still the closest. Maybe that's what needs authentication. But even that has default without authentication. Folder example code without the auth key to access block engine. Okay, so if you don't have a key pair that is authorized, optional key pair authorized to the block engine. This is optional. Ain't got no authorization, yo. Try that again. Tcha! There we go. Easy. Boom. Wow. Okay. Ha! Done. You just don't use a key pair. And what happened here? We were waiting for the next leader slot. Okay. We send our bundle with the 2 transactions. That's the bundle reference. It got accepted by the following validator. More information, it got rejected because it was already processed. See, what Jito does is when one of the block engines receives a bundle, then it transmits it to all the other block engines. And there are 5 now. And then the others also try to execute it. And that's why I then also get this message of dropped bundle partially processed. I mean, it's fully processed already, but it just checks for one transaction. And then it says, oh, that's already processed. So therefore, I'm not gonna process this bundle anymore. So that's why it gives me this dropped. And that's fine because it was submitted here. We can look at the Jito Explorer. There we go. A minute ago, I tipped the validator, bundle landed. That was me, the Pipita. Yeah. It's got 2 transactions. No, wait, 3. 3 transactions, 2 memos and a tipping transaction, I guess. Check it out. Tipping address. And if we look at the transactions in Explorer, we write the memo. Now you see Jito test 1, as we said. Wow. Amazing. And then this one will be Jito test 2. Jito test 2. And then this one will just be the tipping. There you go. Just the tipping to one of the Jito tipping accounts. If you work more with Jito, then at some point you know the Jito tipping accounts by heart. Also, they actually have the domains. Some explorers show that. That's Jito tip 7. Some explorers show that. This explorer doesn't. And I don't like SourceScan, so I didn't like this. Mainly I don't like SourceScan because it has advertisement now, and I don't want advertisement in my video, so can't go there. Anyhow, so yeah, done, right? How long did it take? 30 minutes. 30 minutes and we're done. We know how to send bundles. No, we sent a bundle. We don't know shit. We just used some source code that we downloaded and call ourselves a programmer now. This is how it works. No. You actually gotta understand and be able to include it in your code. Okay, so let's say new project. My project has a super important transaction. Transfer. From my key pair to my key pair. Important, I tell you, important. 1 Lampard. I really need to transfer that 1 Lampard. This is important. I need to do that fast and reliable. So we're gonna use Jito. Because obviously, connection, send transaction, you should not use this. This is deprecated. With Solana 2.0, this is not gonna work anymore. I shouldn't set a bad example and use this. I should not set a bad example. No, don't set a bad example, Andy. There we go, that's not deprecated. But then we also need to set my fee payer manually. And probably you also need a block hash. And that is just not reliable enough for us, right? My project, if I, first of all, it doesn't work because... Did you know you need to sign transactions for them to actually be accepted? Ha! Who would have thought? One more time. There you go. But this was, it's still not, we did manage to send 1 Lampard to ourselves, even without priority. On mainnet, who would have thought? But assuming that you would use different accounts, something that is more contested, like a radium pool, or, you know, the classic pump fund. Yeah, pump fund is really bad because they have like accounts that every pump fund transaction uses. It's so stupid. Anyway, so those you would not manage to get through without priority fees, and you would need to bump the priority fees pretty high. And even then, might not be super fast. So some people prefer to use Jito or do a combination with high priority fees and also use Jito because they really want to land that transaction super fast as possible. And you know, fair use case, I'm gonna help you how to do that. But in my example, I just want to send this one Lampert to myself because I can't be bothered to interact with PumpFun or other protocols. And the memo program is too lame. I could at least create a token or something. No! Sending a Lampert. It's about treat this as my important transaction that does the important thing. And now we want to include Jito. So we have our script. This is how far you got so far. And you now want to include Jito. How do you do it? That's what we want to learn. Let's go. So ideally, I would just want to add a dependency of the Jito SDK. Import something as Jito, but from where? npm Jito TS. I mean, sounds like it. Cool. Yearn add Jito TS from Jito TS. So, Jito, what you got? You got searcher client. Ha! And here, we once again just provide the URL because we don't need authentication. So, let's go to Frankfurt again. Block engine URL. Boom. Now we have the client. And the client, tip accounts, has a send bundle and has an on bundle result. I mean, why do you need to make a video? It's so obvious anyway, right? No, it's not. People still struggle, so I make that video. You're welcome, people. But it really doesn't seem too complicated. We will see if we run into issues with the library and stuff, like if we need to install something else. But for now, it looks good. But it's a good point. That's a promise, yo. And then we take number 4. We should do a random one. I don't know if they come in random order. They got number 0 and that was the DTT. Let's see if it always comes in the same order. Ideally, you would pick a random one from the 8 accounts here. But guess what? I'm too lazy. And I guess I need to make a new pub key from this one because we want the pub key. And then, actually, before we sign and send this, we will need to add a system program transfer from my key pair to the tip account, the tip, which, I don't know, should we do 100K again? No, 10K is enough, yo. And you will need to adjust that, you know, if you're working on accounts that are highly contested, then you want to have a higher priority than the others who want to work on that account. However, since I'm just using my own account, nobody cares about that. So I don't need such a high tip. So I'm going to save money. That's what I do here. Yeah, so we add this tipping transaction instruction. And again, in my bundle, I only need one transaction. I don't care if it's all in one transaction. Why would I pay for more? I just want to get it delivered through Jito for whatever reason. Cool. So that is then the transaction. Actually, let's sign it again. And then we can use the client to send that bundle. A Jito bundle. How do you create a Jito bundle? Jito bundle. Jito bundle. New Jito bundle. Transactions and a transaction limit. I got that. Oh, version transactions. I should have worked with version transactions. Yeah, I need to work with version transactions then. How did that go again? Should we cheat a little bit? Should we just deserialize it from my important transaction serialize? Lol. And then we get a version transaction with legacy. So it's not going to be a version 0, but it's going to be a legacy, but it's got the type of version transaction. And then hopefully we can put that in here. It's a little bit of cheating this thing, and it's a bit, should have built a version transaction from the very beginning, but I didn't. So this is what I did. It's gonna work. It's gonna work just fine. And I'm the guy creating example code for you here. No, I tell you, do it better. Don't do as I do as I say. And use the new Web3.js, not the old one. Pfft. who uses that. This SDK does. This SDK does. Therefore, I need to use it. Yeah, okay, fine. Good, I have a bundle. Can I just send it? Bundle send in. Send in the bundle. And I get a promise for a string. And the string is the bundle's UID. Perfect. Const bundle UID is this. And then I can also, you know, check the state of my bundle if I really want to. I mean, or I would be like, good enough, log me this, it's gonna work anyway, so I don't even care. But really, while we're here, might as well check with my client the bundle results. A callback function that receives the stream error. Nope. On bundle results. Triggers provided callback on a bundle result. Oh, that's sweet. It's working with callbacks. So then I probably want to do that before I send my bundle. So I'm going to set the callbacks on success. What kind of function do you need? You get a bundle result, which, I mean, I guess, why not? It's a bit weird, but I'll work with it. I'll just log bundle landed successfully or accepted. It can land successfully and dropped. So this would be a bundle sent successfully. Bundle ID. And then if bundle result accepted, and I could do that for all of them. I don't care about the others actually. Dropped, rejected, and accepted is enough for me. And then we will do an on error as well, which gets me an error. And I will just say, could not send bundle for whatever reason. Okay, and then we set the on success and on error in here, such that those functions are called when we get the callback. And that's it, I guess. That should be enough to send a bundle. That's not too difficult, is it? I mean, does it work though? Let's see. My project, yo. Let's go. Yep, does not work. Package subpath is not defined by exports. Say what? What's the problem here? There is no dislib client. Why do you search for this? Let's trace it back. What's my issue here? Does it come from Jito? Probably, because without that Jito stuff, this works, right? Yes. Doesn't do shit, but it works. So my issue is that I import that. What if I import the things directly, such as bundle? Does that change anything? Didn't think so. Where in my code am I trying to access this? There's no direct reference to the RPC stuff. Well, there is. Aha, but there's the dislib client. Wait, so my Jito TS has node modules with the WebSockets which have the dislib client. What if I copy this, and this is probably not how you should do it. I remove it from here, they go here. I'm getting a different error. Of course, from RPC WebSocket. Class extends value undefined is not a construct. Okay. Gonna delete this. We're gonna yearn. Is remove the thing I want to do? I think my issue is I have two different versions of this RPC WebSockets. Version 7.11.2. And mine is version 9.04. And in here, we've got 0.10.0 again. What if I edit at exactly that version? Let's see. All right, different error. We are actually... We can't resolve this. Okay. Okay. Do you have internet connection? Try one more time. Huh. Does that have anything to do with the RPC WebSocket? I don't think so. Clearly I have some issues with libraries that are supposed to do things. Oh wait, here is 11. Here's 711 too. Does that change anything? Yes. Now it's once again module not found. You require the RPC WebSockets this lib client. Wait, who are you? You're Solana Web 3 lib. Solana Web 3. You have it in version 9.4. I fucking hate this. Why do you need to use different versions of it? And why don't you find it in your own freaking dependency node modules? Like, what is going on here? Maybe I just don't know how node works, because I'm clearly messing something up. It has its own node modules, but it's not taking it from there. Install it again. I mean, the code is super simple, but the dependencies are shit. I now installed at 7.11, which is what the Jito... Hold on. So Jito uses Solana Web 3. Hold on. What? Okay. How about I use Solana Web 3 at this version then? That's gonna save me a lot of trouble. I'm not gonna use that at all, but I will use that at exactly that version. Okay. Now I just have one version of this. Okay, and now, damn it, still can't find that module. Ain't got nothing to do with Jito. TypeScript is, see, that's why I use Rust, not TypeScript. Not that I don't have any dependency issues on Rust, but fucking TypeScript. The code is so simple. It's so simple. It's literally send bundle. You know what? Should I just deploy from my own source code? But it's the same. It's the same if I include that as a Jito package or if I build it myself. That is absolutely ridiculous. Fuck that. Fuck that. Screw it. And then Solana Web 3 JS at latest again. There we go. I'm gonna show you. Yeah, now you can't find that. Of course you can't, because I stole it. Because that's a useless package that doesn't work anyway. So, we're not gonna, which is not, we're gonna get it from here, where I downloaded it, and see if that works, or if I get the same issue there. No! You motherfucker. You have the problem with the DNS again. I mean, great. I mean, I have been that far already. How did I get that far? I don't know. But we have been there. Okay, hold on. But here, this one worked, right? This example. Or is that an issue with my DNS now? Now, this works. Here I can get the tip account. Just block engine. Okay, hold on. Maybe you don't like the HTTPS. Blockengine.mainnet. Mainnet block engine. That's different. Hold on. There. Block engine mainnet Frankfurt Jito WTF. Maybe. Failed to parse DNS. But what if we don't have HTTPS? Ha! Woohoo! We sent a bundle! Finally, after fucking 2 hours. Bundle fucking accepted. Check my bundle. Oh, no matches? Damn it. But did it go through? Let's check my Jito thing. A few seconds ago, there. Did go through. I did tip and I did send one Lampert to my fucking self with a fucking bundle. Okay, what did we learn? Number 1. Don't use HTTPS here because that's not working. And also, let's see if that would be working with the Frankfurt mainnet block engine. Would that be the same? That would also work. Sweet. So it doesn't matter which way around. Just don't use HTTPS because I think it's because it says DNS :HTTPS So there's just a bug somewhere in the Jito code that keeps the HTTPS in there when really for the DNS, obviously you want DNS and not HTTPS. God damn it. And okay. And still we were using the custom build that I downloaded from Git, but I don't think we need to do that. Let's also try and manage to actually use it that way with yarn add Jito TypeScript. Then we get this weird error package path not exported. How did we get to the point where we then managed to, I think what I did was I yarn added the RPC web socket at 7.10 or something like that in an even older version. Or 7, or was it 7.11? Hold on. Yeah, 7.11.2. You have it in version 7.10. So in my package JSON, if I set it to 7.10 and I yarn install, oh man! What the? This is just stupid as F. It's just Salt Lake City. Okay, you just gotta know that. Okay, the trick is to freaking import RPC WebSockets at 7.10. I mean, sure. I mean, everybody knows that you gotta do that because they watch Solandy's videos. That's why. But hey, we did do the thing that we said that we're gonna do, which is work with Jito in freaking TypeScript. And it's actually really freaking simple. You just create your version transactions and then put them in a bundle, and then you call the client send bundle. And the client you get from such a searcher client. No HTTPS here, no protocol specification here, just the URL. Otherwise it's not gonna work. And then also you might need the right version of all the dependencies, and that also might change. So that's always the difficult part. But anyway, like the actual code part, that was trivial actually. So yeah, we are able to send bundles. Let's send an actual bundle, like with more transactions. Now that we know how it works. Let's make a version transaction array. Then we just do a bunch of important transactions, and since the block hash is not gonna change, I think this is caching it, I'm gonna use 1 plus I here. Different amounts of Lamperts, lol. Gotta sign those as well. And only for the last one, I'm gonna add the tip. Cool, and then in my bundle goes all those transactions. Now we have 5 transactions. Put it in a bundle and send me that bundle. Hey, bundle sent successful, and bundle was rejected. Tell me again that that bundle was rejected. Partially processed. Okay, but I didn't get a accepted. But that bundle actually was accepted, probably by another. See, this is still not very reliable. We didn't get the accepted, we just got the rejected. There was no callback for the accepted, even though it was accepted. We saw it is accepted. Look at that. Landed, yes. And we got the 5 transactions in there where we send a bit of Lamperts around, and then also the tip. A tip at the last transaction, plus I sent 5 Lamperts to myself. Wow. It's an actual bundle. Wow. Okay, good enough. Yo, this is how you use Jito with TypeScript. It's super simple once you got the dependencies right. And now that you have my video as a reference, you'll get the dependencies right. It's easy. It just took me 1.5 hours to get the dependencies right, and half an hour to develop it. Time well spent. All right, cool. Glad that we got this sorted. We now know how to use Jito with TypeScript, and you can include it in your project. Isn't that nice? You can do that, as we said, for getting delivery guarantees for your transaction, or getting your transaction to land even faster, or potentially even cheaper if priority fees are super high. Who knows? And of course, you get the additional benefit of being able to create bundles if you actually want bundles, you know? Executing several transactions atomically. all or nothing. Plus, this is a cool strategy as well if the likelihood of your transaction failing is high, that if your transaction fails, you don't pay the fee, because with priority fees, you pay the priority fee whether or not your transaction fails. As soon as it's included in the block, you pay the transaction fee. But with Jito, it's just not included in the block if it wouldn't execute successfully. So yeah, it's a way to save money as well. Overall, I mean, we could discuss if it's a good thing to use Jito as your main delivery, and I have opinions. And I mean, there's stuff like, you know, they could censor transactions. Personally, I'm a bit worried by how powerful they are, like how many validators actually run Jito. I mean, they're doing good things. They're really competing against MEV and users getting exploited, which is a really good thing by Jito. But hey, it's still a question of how do we want to send our transaction, like what technology do we want to use to send it? Because this is also kind of a backdoor, kind of a going around the normal consensus mechanism, basically bribing the validators to include your transaction anyway. And then there's a whole different market on that. And whatever, we have that, so we might as well use it. If the community decides that that's a bad thing, then hopefully the community does something about it. But for just sending your own regular transactions, I don't see why you wouldn't use it. So yeah, controversial topics, but I'm just here to explain the tech, not the economical implications. And the tech is simple. All right, cool. Well, thanks for watching. Here's some more videos that you can watch. If you haven't by now, definitely check out that previous video I did on Jito, where I explain what bundles are, lol, if you want to know now. And then you give this one a like and you subscribe, and then I'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye-bye. And I hope you don't need to worry with dependencies as much as I did.